So what is that distributed deployment? In this deployment is designed for large scale. So when you want to design your network for the large scale organization, then we go for distribution deployment, where you need minimum 2 checkpoint devices. Okay, so one checkpoint device will act as a gateway, means actual firewall, and another checkpoint device will act as a management from where you will control that gateways. Okay, and why it is made like that? Because assume that if you have a large scale organization, and you have a multiple firewalls. So for example, this is one, this is two, this is three firewall, and I want to manage all of the firewall from one box. Management control should be one. I need not to go to every individual firewall and manage. So this is management, and this is gateway 1, gateway 2, gateway 3, like this. So these all are the actual gateways, are actual firewall, and this is management. So I want to create a policies, I want to monitor, I want to create rule, everything I will create from here only. I need not to log into everyone and do this. Second example, let's say you want to deploy a checkpoint firewall for your organization, and you have a 10 different branches. So for that purpose also, you can have a one management, and all the branches will have a gateways, and those all gateways will be connected to your management, and you are the firewall administrator sitting at head office. So from there only you will create policies, you will do everything. Okay, that is your distributed environment. So these components are like security gateway, which is actually your firewall, security management server, and third thing you required a smart console. Smart console is a application software. Using that software you will get the GUI access, graphic access, and you will configure through that. So these all are three components. Now standard deployment, that means this is for a small organization. So you will have only one firewall. Okay, this is, I will show you diagram, and the same firewall will do the gateway role, and same firewall will have the management also. So from the single box you will do everything. From the same device you will use as a firewall, and the same device would be used as a management also. Okay, so look at this is example. Now distributed environment. So in this distributed deployment, what we do is, this is actually your firewall. Okay, which is gateway. So security gateway 1, security gateway 2. The security gateways are connected to your management server. This is your management server. Okay, management server. Also we call as a SMS. Okay, SMS, smart management server. Okay, and what this management server is doing actually. So on this management server we install a software which is smart console, and using that we create policies, we develop policies, we create rules, and push those rules into all this gateways. Okay, and store all configuration. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of this management? Assume that this is a unique architecture. Assume that this firewall is crashed, failed. What you do is remove this box, throw it out, put the new box here, and push the entire configuration from here. Nothing is lost, nothing is locally here. Push this configuration to this firewall, and in 5 minutes time your gateway is ready, your firewall is ready, because everything is in management. Your entire configuration is stored on the management. Your all policies, configurations, everything is here. That's the purpose. Okay, so you can have a multiple. Now in between this management server and the gateway, communication called SIG. SIG communication, secure internal communication. Okay, secure internal communication, and it is secure. Nobody can break it. Nobody can intercept this communication. So why? Because it use, okay, it use AES 128-bit encryption. Okay, AES 128-bit encryptions it is using. It is good secure communication between these two devices, so nobody can intercept this and nobody can try, break this communication. So it's always secure. All right. Okay, so these all are gateway. This gateway is also called as a SG. SG means smart gateway. This is your smart management server. This is smart gateway, or we called as an enforcement module also in some technical language. Enforcement module, we call enforcement module also. We call a security gateway. Okay, we call a smart gateway also. Sometimes we call enforcement module also, we call this. So if you see, if you read these all three different names, don't get confused, it's the same thing. All right, so this is a distributed model. So your actual firewall is this two. This is a management. In between them you have a SIG communication, and then you will have a smart console. That means your graphical application through which you can access it. All right, this is. And when you do standalone deployment, so standalone deployment is like this. Okay, so in standalone you have a firewall. So on the same firewall you have a security gateway feature. Same firewall you have a security management feature. Both the features you install, you enable on the same firewall, and this is your network, internal network. Your all computers are connected. This is you. Okay, from here you take the access of this firewall, and configure this, and this is your outside internet. So this is a standalone. That means a single box will have the entire, configuration, but there is no redundancy. Now if your single box is failed, so in the same box you have a configuration, same box you have everything. So if your central box failed, that means you lose everything. All right, so that is your deployment server, standalone deployment. All right, now we are going to see now how to create that, how to deploy this setup and do it. That we are going to see. So let's begin with the standalone deployment first. Okay, so let's begin with. So we will create the lab now. Okay, so I'm doing the setup on my EVNG. Similar to GNS3, you can install your EVNG on your laptop and you can start doing it. It is starting. I'm creating a folder here so that all the labs should be maintained there. And here I will create a new lab.
So you will provide a lab workbook for each concept, each lab.
No, this is the class. Now the session is recorded, so everything you can refer to that. Okay, and all the commands, tools, documents, whatever is required, I'm making during the class. Okay, so this way you can create it. Okay, now the slab is here. Now you take up firewalls and design your topology, how you want to make, how you want to create it. So first, here you have all the, just right click here and you have a notes. So take it. Now what I want is checkpoint. So I've taken how much RAM and all other configurations you want to allow allocate to this. You can decide from here, RAM and CPUs and everything. So if you want to have a standalone, that means gateway and management both, you need to give a little more memory to this. Okay, then you can have a notes. I will take a switch. Okay, this is my switch. I can take a client computer to check it whether connectivities and all. So I have a Windows machine created here. 1 GB RAM would be fine for me for Windows 7. You give this as per what resource available at your computer. So if you have good resource, you can give a little more configurations as well. And here, assume that I have many computers and clients here connected. Okay, so assume that you have many computers in your network like that. Now, after that, what you need is you need a network. Okay, so you need a network here, a name, any name I can take it. This is management cloud, which is going towards to internet. Perfect. Now connect. So how you can connect it? Okay, just drag this, hold and drag this, and which Ethernet your interface you want to connect at firewall, and you have a 4, so 0. I have connected to 0. So 0 is my internet facing interface, and then I can connect it this side. Uh, this is 1. 1 is going to switch, and from switch all the computers like this. Okay, so assume that you have hundreds of computers are connected in this way in your network, and this is your basic network. Now, once it is done, you can have here text also. You can use this. Gateway plus management board. Okay, so this is your firewall, gateway plus management. This is your internal network. So what IP address you want to give to your internal network? Let's say 10.1.1.0/24 I want to give. This is my internal network. Now what IP address you want to give on that interfaces, that also you can decide. I will just duplicate from here. So on this interface, I will give IP address, let's say 100. 10 dot, let's say 121 I'm giving. This is my ISP IP address. All right, so this is my routed IP address to my router, internet router here. Okay, so this will be your public network, public IP address, and this is your private network. So this is how you decide your IP addressing, how you want to give, how you want to configure, and then that's all. This is your standalone network. Mm, all right, so this is our topology. Now let's start. So you just start this device in this way. Start the switches. This we will start later when is needed. Okay, it takes few minutes to boot up. Let it boot. Okay, so when it is booted up, now what you need to do is your default username is admin and admin123. This is the default password. This is just blank, so you do not have here anything. Show interfaces, if you see, you have this interfaces and no configuration. So like show interface and Ethernet 0, when you do that, do you see here no IP address is given. This is by default, it is taking up. Okay, if I check one, nothing. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to first, the step one, standalone checkpoint topology. Okay, so step one, what we need to do, configure basic IP address and basic IP address and default routing. All right, that's the step one we need to do here. Yesterday we have seen the commands to configure basic IP address on the interfaces, so that we are going to do now. Okay, so let's go very first. Set interface Ethernet 0, IP version 4, address, and give the address whatever address you want to give. 192.168.10.121 I decided to give, and net mask length. So mask length in subnet mask 24. Okay, done. Then what I need to do is set interface Ethernet 0 state on. Like same way in Cisco we do no shutdown. So similar way it is this one. All right, now next one is set interface Ethernet 1. Okay, this one, our internal Ethernet, this one. So we are giving 100. So IPv4 address 10.1.1.100, mask length 24, that's fine. And this should be 1, perfect. So once this thing is done, now what we need to do is save config. So this configuration is saved. Now check the root. So I do not have a default root configured here. Static root, only connected networks it is showing you here. Only connected network it is showing. One is loopback and this two networks. So look at this. 192.168.10.199. This is my gateway. So it is my next hop, my router's IP address is pinging. But if I ping internet, it's not going because it doesn't know the destination. Where should I go for this, because it is knowing only connected. Why 190.10.191 is pinging? Because it's a connected network. It's a part of connected network. So I need to put the default route there to go to the internet. So set static route default, static route default, next hop gateway, okay, address. And what is my next hop? 192.168.10.199. okay, and I need to put on. Done. This is yesterday also, we have seen that. Okay, now it should resolve by name also. So ping yahoo.com, it's not doing, but now it is reaching here. Yeah, it is reaching. Yeah, so it is not resolving. So you can set the DNS also, DNS primary, and give a public DNS like this. That's fine. Now you check it out. This is working perfect. So you're done till here. So your gateway has got a internet, and it can be reachable to that. Okay. Now what next you need to do? What next you need to do is, now you want to configure a role here. This is just a basic configurations. You do not have any role, do not have anything here. Okay. Now what we need to do here, we need to give the expert password. Then only we'll be able to access it. So set expert password, enter, and give the password whatever you wish to. Okay, expert password is given. Just check it out. Expert, enter. Yeah, it is going into expert mode. That's all. So now this portion, this part is done. You have given internal IP address also, you have given external IP address. It has a reachability to the internet. Now next is you need to install the role. Okay, save to install the gateway and management role on firewall. Okay, how to do this? Access using web browser. All right, access using web browser and do that. So let's do it now. What IP address we have given? 10.121. So I can access by that IP address. Now let's do this. HTTPS, remember that it's a secure. So 192.168.10.121 I have given. Okay, enter. I got it. Okay, that's great. Go advance, and here accept the risk and continue. You got it here. Now put your username and password, admin, and password you have given, login. Don't save. See, you got the web access, web console of your firewall. You got this console here. Okay, now look at this. This is first wizard now, and we need to just go to the next. Now look at this here. Here you have a 4 options. So continue with R8010 configuration. This is a setup mode. Second thing is install. Install the version from Checkpoint Cloud, or install from USB device. Do you want to install the operating system of Checkpoint through cloud or through USB or anything? Import existing snapshot. That means, do you have a snapshot image created already with you? So if you have an image, snapshot image created, you can restore that image. So snapshot means just kind of backup image we do create. So anytime when your firewall fails or something happened wrong, you can just deploy that image back and it will work. Okay, so I do not have, we are going to install this first time fresh. So continue with R80. And I don't want to do this because already my OS is deployed. My OS is already working here. So this options when we choose, when we have a blank box, okay, and it has no operating system, we choose this. Next. Now this is an IP address on Ethernet 0 we have already given. Do you want to do any changes into it? Do you want to give IPv6 as well? This you can enable from here, and you can give that as well. I don't want. I have given this from command line, and it has fetch up here automatically. Go to the next. Look at this. Configure the interface to connect to the internet. So which interface is going to the internet? Configure the interface to connect to the internet means your private network. This is my private network, which will go to the internet. So this is there. I don't want to configure here. I have configured manually there. I don't want to do configurations here. Okay. Now next, what is a host name? So by default host name is this one. We have not changed this through the command, but if you want to change, you can change from here also. Okay, so let's say I gave gateway 1. Okay, whatever name I want to give, I give this. Or it is not gateway, it is everything, so sec.1 I have given 01. Okay, domain name and all those things, it's an optional. If you have an internet, direct internet, or through proxy, that is your choice. If you are working in organization, internet is not directly, it is through the WebSense or any of the proxy solution, then you can give that IP address and the port number. So we have internet directly, so we don't need to give this. Okay, next. Now date and time, that's fine. Date and time is manual, or do you have date and time NTP server exist in your network? You can give from that. Okay, by default it takes from your system, so that's okay to me. Okay, now this is important. You have a security gateway or security management or multi-domain server. So I will explain you what is that multi-domain. We are going for security gateway and management next. Now look at this. This is very, very important. Here you need to decide which role you want to install. So we are doing a standalone. That means both the role would be checked. Okay. If I'm creating a distributed environment, then I want to install a gateway role. So I will uncheck this, only gateway. Then second one, I want to make a management. So I will check this management and uncheck this. So like this, you have to install the role. So this is a standalone. So I have to choose both of the options here. So click that. Now clustering, that means do you have a redundancy? That means two firewalls, if one fail, other will work. No, right now I have a single one, so I will not choose this. Okay, when we have a multiple firewalls, then I will choose, we will see that. Now this is automatically download blade contracts and other important data from the checkpoint cloud. So this is automatically downloading feature. So let it be. Now next, use GAIA administrator admin user, which we are logging through. Or do you want to define some other user to access GAIA GUI? You can define here. No, I want to access with the same username. I can keep it. If you want to create different user, you can create also. Next, GUI client, who can access this firewall through GUI? Who can access? Okay, so I want from any IP address I can access, or from this machine only. So if I give any IP address, let's say 10 dot whichever IP address, so only from that IP you will be able to access your firewall administration console, or a specific subnet. So from that subnet only you can access your firewall. So that's in inbuilt security. Or range of IP addresses, you can, for example, your network security team is sitting into a specific network, and their IP address range is 192.168.10. Let's say 10 to 10.192.168.10.20. So these all are your security team, 10 people. So only anyone from 10.1 to 10.20 only can access your firewall for management purpose. No one else can access. From some other subnet, if anybody trying to access, they cannot access it. So this is what you can set a security from here. Right now I am putting any IP address. Later on we will see. Later also you can change this, okay? It's not just once. Later also you can change. So next, and here that's all. Everything, your device will be configured with the following roles: security gateway, security management, primary security management. Perfect. Okay, improve securities for this checkpoint and all. That's fine. Finish. And yes, this will start configuration process. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. And it is started installing the role. It will take hardly 2 to 3 minutes to finish this up. Okay, so it's moving. Okay, so it is starting now. Okay, All right, so it is started. Admin and your password. Okay, you got this one now. So this is your checkpoint firewall. So here, this is your direct device access. Okay, so we don't manage this here. See, these all are your blades available here. What all blades are there, what configurations you have made, what all interfaces, which interface is up or down, what IP address, everything is showing here. Now, what you need to do is you need to download your smart console from here. Just click here and download it. So it will get downloaded in your computer, and then install that smart console in your PC. Okay. So I already have downloaded it and simple to install. I have installed it here. Okay. So once you download it and install it, step 3, download and install smart console. Access checkpoint firewall using smart console. Okay, so you can now you have to access step 3 to the smart console. So let me double click this. You can download and install it. Okay, this application will start. Without this you can do it. Okay, now password and IP address. So what is my IP address here? 192.168.10.121. This is my IP. So login. It's connecting. Yes. So this is a fingerprint which is auto generated and matched with the firewall. Unable to connect to the service. Okay. So now if this case is happening, then what to do? Why it is not connecting? Because to run your firewall, to make your firewall work, what you need to do is log in into it. You need to make sure your firewall, your checkpoint firewall actually depending upon 3 daemons. Okay, daemons, that means major services inside your firewall. 3 daemons are there. How to check that? API status. Okay, and that should be up. Okay, look at this FWM daemon, which is already started, and this is a process ID. CPM daemon is already started, this is a process ID. API, which is handling your all console connectivities and all. Okay, so API is not running. Until this is not running, you cannot access through the console. So you need to make this run. So how to do that? API restart. API restart, and it will start your API. It will take it takes 1 to 2 minutes. So if you are not getting your console, not able to connect, you must check whether your API is started or not. Okay, see, done. API started. You can check it again. API status. Now API started. This is process ID. Perfect. Now you go. Launching application. Done. So that's fine. Partitions where this is low space for logs and all. This is okay. This is your test environment. It's not a production environment. Now look at this. It is showing you what is your CPU utilization. That will go down once all the services start up and settle down. This will automatically go down. Okay, now let me introduce here what this console. So here, as many firewalls you added, all would appear here. Adding up new and everything, you can make it from here. This is your gateway and servers. So whatever number of gateways, number of servers are there, this all will list out here. Security policies, click here. So all the security policies creation and everything will be controlled, will be handled from this console. So all the policies we will create here. By default, cleanup policy is there. By default, one policy which is dropping everything. Okay, so this is your policy section. Third one is logs and monitoring section. So your all the logs, errors, monitoring will be happen through this console. Okay, this is the logs. All logs will come here. Then you will have these all are few. Whatever we are doing, it is here. Manage and settings, all user creations and all other manage blades, enabling particular feature is all here. Okay, this is general application and URL control, content awareness, threats preventions, data loss. Okay, mobility, APIs, HTTP inspection, everything is here. These all are here. Okay, command line. If you want to do something through the command line directly, you can have here this command line. Okay, so this you can access from here. What's new? This is website updates. It will take you on the website. Now, once you configure everything, it is local. Okay, and once you whatever policies you create, whatever settings you do, you need to then install this policy. Then only it actually goes to your device. Then only actually it goes to your end device. So that's the installing policy. All right. So now, right now, if you want to check whether do we have a internet connectivity, do we have an reachability, let's start a computer and check it. By default, there is no rule, no policies is created, so it will not allow to go. So this is our Windows. Now we need to give some IP address to this computer from the same network. You can go to your local network and check the IP address, what IP address you have. I don't have any IP address, so let me give 10.1.1. Let's say 10, and subnet mask is /24, and 10.1.1.100 is my gateway. Now to access internet, I can use a default DNS if I don't have. IPv6 I don't want, I can remove this. Now, do I have internet? If I want to ping, I don't have internet. Why? Because firewall is not allowing. So if you want to do that, what basic things you need to do on your firewall? As I said, very first you need to go and create the network object. Okay, so I'm creating a network object because that will require to allow internet, to whom you want to allow internet. That is all about the network object. Okay, so go here, network, and I can have a name anything like I have given subnet 10.1.1.0/24. Name whatever you want to give. Now here I will give 10.0/24, 10.1.1.0, and net mask. Okay, and that's all. Now netting also, from here I can enable. So I will just do hide net right now. I will explain you in detail netting topic. This is done. So network object is created. Now I have here this network. Now what I need to do, I need to go and create policy. So by default this policy is denying everything. So I need to make a allowing policy, okay, which is before that. So right click and new rule above. Here you can give a name like internet policy, whatever name you want to give. Source, who is your source? Click here, and your source is your subnet. You have created this one. Okay, destination is any, VPN is any, source services, what services you want to allow. So to make it allow to reach internet, what all things you need? You need HTTP protocol. Just go and click. You may need HTTPS also. Okay, what else you need? You need a DNS to resolve the name. If you don't use DNS, it will not resolve the name. Then what if you want to check ping and all, then you may need ICMP. Okay, so out of, you have many thing in ICMP. So request and echo you need. So ICMP request. Okay, and ICMP reply. That's all. There's two things you need from ICMP. Done. So there's four things you need to access an internet. That's all. HTTP, HTTPS, DNS, and ICMP. That's all, and that is fine. Then go here. Action. What action you want to define? Accept. Okay. Uh, the policy we will define on this here. Now track means logs. What I want a log. I want a deny log as well. So this is a log, so it will generate a log. Okay, done. Policy I have created here. What I need to do after that, go and install the policy, publish and install. This is install, policy is installing. It should not throw any error. That means it is done successfully. In detail you want to check, you just click here, policy is installing. So whatever you configure, it is not applying until you don't install that policy. You need to install it. Okay, installation successfully on CP01 firewall. That's great. Now go and check what happened here. See, it started pinging. Earlier it was not pinging, now it is pinging. Now I can go and check the internet as well. Is it coming? Yeah, it's coming. Okay, so your website is coming. Okay, now once it is done, when you click and you want to check the logs here, you have a logs. Look at this. So you got a HTTP traffic. This is Yahoo IP address from 10.1.1.10. If you want to double click, you will have in detailed informations about that. Okay, who is a source? What is a source IP address? What is a destination? Yahoo.com. It is reaching here. From which interface, through which access policy it is matching with this one. Okay, so this is how. So we will discuss in detail about that. This is just a short information, how to set up the basic one and how to make your internet working, that we have seen now. Now in our next class, we will see how to install this EVNG and how to bring up the checkpoint image and everything. That all things we will see. Lab setup, lab environment, practice environment setup. So that we will see, so that you will be able to do it yourself as well. You can start practicing along with the class. All right, guys. So that's all for today. Now let's meet next class next Saturday. This is a weekend batch. Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Sir, where you will be sending this recording?
We'll send you on Skype group. You just send me your Skype ID. We will WhatsApp you. Send me your
Yeah.
Skype ID or provide this to. I will share you my Skype ID through the groups.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and you can. Then I will share you on that Skype group.
Okay.
So all the recording and things you will get on that group.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone who is really serious about this, really moving forward to this, be on time. All right, so be on time, otherwise you will lose things. All right, that's all for today. Now if anyone has a question, you can ask me, or I'm dropping the meeting. Anyone has a question?
No.
All right, guys, so see you in the next class then. Okay, yeah, take care, bye bye.